Lainey? Kids, I'm home. Jesus.
No Jesus here.
What the hell is this?
I'm homeschooling the girls like I was homeschooled.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Dad, you have to stay in the house from now on.
Tell me this is some kind of terrible prank.
Man's place is in the home. You don't deserve to breathe our air.
Mom says you're bad.
Is that what Mommy's been teaching you, that I'm bad?
It's a little bit more nuanced than that, but essentially, yeah.
No! It's a trick! You're only safe in your own house! Go home!
There's no room for men anymore unless we allow it.
Hi, everybody. It's Mark from the Cinemondo podcast here with another Cinemondo shortcut. This is going to be a kind of an extended play shortcut, a little bit longer because we want to toot our own horn for this film that we did a couple of years ago called Breathe. And with me is my special guest, Mitch Yapko, who was the director on the film, a producer, and he's also done many other films. And Mitch, it's great to have you on our little shortcut episode today.
Great to see your unmasked face, Mark. Happy to be here.
I see you with that big smile. Mitch and I met many years ago and through a friend, and we came together and decided to film the script that I wrote and that Mitch also worked on called Breathe. And we wanted to make a short film. We wanted to do it for a limited budget, a quick shooting schedule. And that's what we did. And for me, it was kind of a graduate school of filmmaking. I never made a movie before. I've written many scripts, but nothing was ever produced. But I met Mitch. Oops, my thing fell down. Mitch has done many films, and he acted, and he's produced and written and directed. So I was in good hands with Mitch, and he sort of guided me through the whole filmmaking process, how to make a movie quickly and on budget and professionally and really well made. And our film is available on Vimeo. I'll attach a link to this video, and you can catch it. And it was 24 different film festivals and won some awards. So it was very well received. And it's an interesting film that people talk about afterwards. But before I get into Breathe, Mitch, just talk about how you got into it and what you've done to sort of, foster your career.
Oh my God, that is a
in 30 seconds.
Yeah, right. That's a deep question. All right, let me grab my resume. Hold on. No, I grew up as a theater actor. I grew up loving all forms of entertainment, movies, television, theater. I have a degree in history and international relations from BU. I was pre-law, and I thought, what better way to use that than to go move to Los Angeles and be an actor? So, I got out here, and while I was trying to figure out the film scene, I basically said yes to any opportunity to work. I had never been on a film set. I just knew that I wanted to work in film, and so my film school was saying yes. So I basically held every position on a crew, from PA to production designer, ADing, script supervising. And then, as the years progressed, I was writing first for myself. My writing partner, Alan Rickert, who's also one of my best friends, which also helps. We were writing to act, and we quickly realized that we also wanted to show people what our style was. And we had written a feature, but we wanted to show people what we could do and what our comedy looked like on the screen. So we wrote a short film called Harry S. Truman's Samurai Detective. It was a black and white film noir action comedy because we couldn't just choose one genre. So we chose all the ones we loved. And, it was a 2-day shoot. And, after 16 hours on the first day, we locked the door to the location. And we were so full of adrenaline and so just amped up on energy. We went and got a drink afterwards. And it was at that point that I realized that I loved being in front of the camera, but behind the camera is where I really thrived, and you know, the ability to sort of put together you know, a story and take someone out of their you know, their world and bring them into my reality for just a little while was something that was just so exciting to me. And to be able to create that from concept through to, you know, the final product, and to see it through, and to have the touch points across the board, from being the writer to, you know, to working with everybody on the crew, and again, just seeing that final product, the pride and the you know, the excitement and you know, all that, that was when I knew that I wanted to be a filmmaker.
Well, you know what's impressive is, like, a lot of people move out here. I did it many years ago thinking I'll get into movies, and you come out and you don't really have a job and you don't really have a clue. And so many people, you know, give it the college try. They do it for 6 months, 9 months, and they realize, you know, I have a job back, I have home, I have family back, you know, somewhere else. This is not working. It's a 1 in a million shot, and people give up, and many, because they just have to work, they have to pay the rent, they have to do this or that. So to stick with it, and I'm sure you had a lot of moments where you were like, oh, this is just not happening for me, and you took lots of jobs to make ends meet, but to persevere through that and then make your first film, so many people just don't do that. They don't get to that, even making that first short 2-day shoot film. They just never make it, because there's too many things to figure out, too many things to do. Mm-hmm. Now it's easier to make a film because, you know, everybody can afford an iPhone at least, or something else, at least to make something. But to do it back then, and then to keep it going, I mean, that's perseverance, and you still do it. You know, you have a full-time job, but you still make movies. You know, even after Breathe, you've made a few others that are all well received. So, I mean, that's hard to do, and not a lot of people have done it, you know. So
yeah, no, I mean, look, when we made Breathe that year we, you know, I made 5 projects total, 5 shorts or pilots, and, you know, it was a prolific year for sure. But yeah, like you just said, you know, getting to that point is not easy, and usually it you know, these projects revolve around having to carve out time from, you know, from the hustle of actually trying to pay your rent, you know.
Right.
Short films don't pay the rent. So
no, they don't. They cost the rent. You know?
Yes, yes. But like, you know, like my first short, I was working full time as an assistant on the show Private Practice, and I produced that short from my office there. You know, I didn't have any money, and we were printing scripts from the office. Don't tell anybody.
But you use yeah, what you could, you know, you use what you had there, and that's smart, you know. Yeah.
Oh, we got very lucky. Everything was a favor, you know. I think in total the 2 days were $1,500, and, you know, a third of that was food. You know,
yeah, you pay your crew in pizza and you know, drinks to make them happy. I mean, that's an important cost, you know, to do it right, make your crew happy. And I'll
at least 2 toppings on that pizza.
At least 2. You're not going to go with the cheese or like something lame like onions. You know, you want some good stuff.
No, it's all the veggies.
Well, fast forwarding to Breathe, which we shot in 2018, in the spring of 2018 in Pasadena. I can attest to Mitch on the set. It was a big crew, maybe 20 people, you know, actors, maybe a total of 7 or 8. And Mitch was completely cool and comfortable under pressure. I mean, there was a lot of scenes to shoot in 3 days. I mean, the movie ended up being over 20 minutes long. To shoot a 20-minute film in 3 days. And even, I think we cut, like, was it 5 scenes were cut?
We cut a bunch. Yeah, we cut things that were wonderful, but I guess didn't need to be in.
Right. Of course, if we had 4 days or more money, we would have done that. But that's part of indie filmmaking. What can we shoot before, you know, 8 o'clock, which was, you know, we're shooting in a residential area, so we could only shoot from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. because of people living everywhere, you know, on the street and stuff. So it was a great experience for me. I miss it dearly, and I want to do it again. I keep writing, but it was fun to do. It was fun to see Mitch in action. I thought we had a great cast: Jeremy Guskin, Susie Abramite, Takani Faircrest, Zoe Gale. I mean, everybody really came through, and it looks really good. So we're tooting our horn here because I think it's a really good film. It's an interesting film. The theme basically is about women kind of getting fed up with men running the world, running the countries. And so they sort of do kind of this overthrow in a very Twilight Zone kind of way. And I thought it was a very feminist film for a couple of guys to make. As some women were obviously involved in this too. But I think some people kind of maybe looked at it, and I know some people said, well, that's not quote unquote my kind of feminism, you know, and because it's violent and it's sort of, you know, it hurts some men. But I never looked at it that way. I looked at it as like they're doing what they have to do to keep you know, the species alive. And so we've come to that point. And so a lot of people got that, but it was interesting how some people took it a different way. And I'm not sure if that's a fault of the writing or if it's more of an interesting conversation piece, and people, which I think is a good thing. You know, you walk out with the different views of the film. So I wanted your comment on that thought that I had about that.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. I think people come to projects like this with some preconceived notions sometimes about sort of what their brand of feminism is, or what their brand of just humanism is really. And to me, I mean, when I read the script, which I loved immediately, I felt a connection to everybody. I didn't feel like there was a villain in this project. I felt like, you know, society had sort of broken down into a way where, you know, women had to make a choice and had to take charge. And, you know, I think there's an overarching theme here of like the dangers of extremism in thought, and the dangers of, you know, not being able or willing to come to the table from both sides to have conversations about progress and about, you know, what's right for humans and how we all together move forward in the world. You know, because like I said, I mean, I tell everybody when I talk about this project, it's about, you know, men have had their chance to run the world. They've messed up. And so now women are taking charge, and they're doing it in a really interesting and unique way. And again, like, I think that to watch, you know, sort of the slice of life that you get from Marvin and Lainey, in this, you know, you see that Marvin he's a regular guy. He doesn't seem to be a bad guy. He's doing his best. And it's, you know, it's not good enough for him. And his family is his family. And that, you know, his wife and his daughters are involved in some bigger picture situation that doesn't necessarily directly correlate to what Marvin's actions are or who Marvin is as a person, but they're part of a bigger picture, and if they don't go along with what's happening, then they're risking their own safety.
Yeah.
And you know, it's so indicative of sort of where the world is today, where, you know, so many people that followed, you know, certain leaders follow them because they have to, not because they want to, but because it's where they've been forced to go. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wrote that in 2013, but, you know, when we shot it, there was, you know, the Me Too movement was happening, or it was slightly after, so that seemed so pertinent to what was going on there. And now today, with the upheaval of the last, you know, year or two, and the recent events, it even makes more sense. Extremism causes this, you know, and we don't come to the table. So it's an interesting film in that even you can almost take away the gender angle of it and just talk about extremism in general, and where it takes us as a world, not just as a country, but as a society. And how do we get back to, like, you know, nurturing this planet as opposed to destroying it. So that's kind of was the overall theme of it, but it was put in a small family drama with a, you know, Twilight Zone, Black Mirror vibe obviously thrown in.
Yeah, which I love too. I love the you know, real people in surreal situations. That's always something that draws me in. And it really is. You know, it was presenting an interesting solution to to what's going on.
Yeah. Plus, we have a mask, even though it's an oxygen mask.
Yeah, you're only safe in your own home. You like the script was so prescient and so just like, you know, you saw lots of things coming, Mark, and it's kind of scary.
Well, well, it was something I wrote about, but you took it and sort of took it to that extra that place where the movie really sort of clicks into place. You made some changes to the script and some things on the fly that really sort of helped sort of solidify the project and make it a one I'm very proud of, and we actually had it on Amazon Prime for a while, and then they took it down, and I'm still, you get these form responses that really don't answer the question, like, hey, why was our film taken down?
Mm-hmm.
And I always wonder, like, was it because, he's wearing a mask and that's kind of like freaky weird, or that doesn't seem to make a hell of a lot of sense to me, or if it's the subject matter is too strange, or, it's odd. We haven't got an answer, have we? Oh, shit. Damn it.
We have a great short film, well shot, well acted. The quality of it is, to me, for all intents and purposes, it's a professional quality project that could air on any channel. So yeah, when they pulled it down and said that it wasn't meeting Amazon standards or whatever that was, it was the first I'd ever experienced that. I have one other short and a feature on Amazon as well, and they've been up for forever, and they're both shot at the same quality level as this. So yeah, I wish that I had some insight, but I feel like it's just some bot was like, I have to remove every 10th project, and we just got the unlucky axe.
Oh, yeah, maybe that, who knows? It's interesting, but it can be viewed on Vimeo. And like I said, we're going to put the link up here, on our YouTube channel. And oh, by the way, I forgot to mention at the beginning, please subscribe to our channel and like and comment. We love to respond, and you can do that, and that helps us a lot. But I loved working with you on this project, Mitch, and I hope we do future things together. I'm writing one right now that might be something you want to take a look at. So
the feeling is mutual. It was an incredible experience across the board from meeting you, and I mean, we had been working on other projects before this, but yeah, getting this project and to be able to have the opportunity to direct it was amazing, and it was an experience that I will always be grateful for. So
well, I appreciate that. And please, everybody out there, Mitch, why don't you tell them your website, because there's links to all of Mitch Yapko's films, and they're really worth checking out. So why don't you give a little plug to your website and anything else?
Sure. My company's website is whoproductionsla.com. It's WHO, and there's a long story behind the name of that company. And if you email me or call me, I will walk you through it. But yeah, you can check out that site. It's got a handful of my narrative work, as well as some of my producing work.
Great. Well, Mitch, thanks so much for coming on, spending a few minutes, and we'll do this again soon, hopefully, with another project.
Indeed, my absolute pleasure. I look forward to it.
Great. And everybody out there, thanks for checking out another Cinemondo Shortcut episode. Again, subscribe and like and comment on our YouTube channel, and we'll see you again soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.